same university. Also, she is a Deputy Director of Language and Character Development Institute at her university. Also, she is an international board of officers and expert of Scientific Innovation Research Group in Egypt. She has an experience as a visiting professor to lecture on ICT technology in education, research method, education management, empowerment women, teaching, research and development, and many other topics. She is a winner of more than 60 awards in the world. Also, she is a member of the United Nations Volunteers Roster. She has a lot of things. I couldn't cover everything in here in just 1 to 3 minutes. Now we're gonna say welcome again and again, Dr. Mathenia, for her presentation today about the research and development designing models for Generation Z. Sorry, we have been postponed 2 times for some technical issues. Yeah, now you can start your presentation and share your screen, Doctor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My professor, Dr. Hasan Bibas, for having me and invite me in this great meeting. Good afternoon from Indonesia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, everyone. Today I want to share to you about designing the material based on the Gen Z need. This is, wait, I will share my screen and then I'll share to you. Wait. Okay. Yeah, my name is Mutmainna, but you can call me Nina. This is for simple to remember. Yeah. This is my organization, my international and national organization, and also my research ID. So yeah, we know we are connected right now, globally connected, and we can share and then doing some collaboration together. Well, today I want to share to you about research and development designing model for Generation Z, how we are designing our teaching and learning material. But before we are entering about how we are designing, about research and development, this is R&D methodology. The first, we can have a look the condition, the phenomenon, and this is as the background. Right now, we are in the accelerating digital transformation on educational sector. Based on my opinion, my observation, my interpretation, I divided into the 5 highlight issues that actually happening right now. The first one about injected artificial intelligence in education. Yeah, this is the software that really help us right now. And then this is gonna be used to inject the student to be more have a motivation in learning. And also for the teacher, this is a good way or good a model of teaching that you cannot be integration the artificial intelligence in your teaching and learning material. So education transformation, yeah, because we are right now still in the COVID-19, we have practiced physical distancing and the social distancing. We are familiar with this about remote teaching, virtual classroom. We are moving out our physical classroom into the virtual classroom. And then doing distance education, and we must be adapt with this a new habit, new culture, information communication technology or ICT culture. That's why we must redesign our curriculum into the simple instructional design. injecting technology, and then we are practice or implementation, namely hybrid or blended learning environment. So the next, infuse smart digital classroom management. This is very important to manage our classroom because we are moving out into the virtual classroom. Some university, or maybe most of the university, like in Indonesia, they are manage their classroom by using a learning management system. So that's why we must be covered with the triple quantum learning, quantum teaching, and then quantum technology. Quantum learning, this is the way we are learning. Quantum teaching, the way we are teaching. And then quantum technology, what is actually the technology that we are used to deliver our teaching and learning material in the blended learning environment or hybrid learning environment. Well, mobile learning right now, we are support with how we are going to be digital, because everything right now we are in the digital. We must be accelerated learning. And then about the integration, the technology, this is not only about between student and the teacher, but cover with the parents at home, our society, our staff, and our academia. So cybergogy, this is one of the theory that if you wanted to combine between pedagogy and the technology, this is based on my, I use always this theory from Wang Yinkang. If you wanted to combine between pedagogy and the technology, namely a cybergogy. But actually we do really hope not only about pedagogy, not only about the technology, we must also support our students with this the skill about the metacognitive skill, knowing how to learn. This is very important today. So the last, freedom to learn, this is from our Ministry Education and Culture in Indonesia. We have launching this a new policy during the COVID-19, and also when we are going back to the new normal condition. I think this is really have revolution in our curriculum in Indonesia. So the last, digital vaccine, this is about we are understanding will be going in this society 5.0. We are a industry revolution 4.0. So we must support our young generation with the ways of their thinking, the ways they are doing creativity, innovation, and also the way they are working must be doing collaboration or teamwork. So mostly the impact of COVID-19 on learning autonomy, this is based on the data. Let's have a look about we must be required change of infrastructure system. And then the most highlight answer about should utilize ICT, information, communication, and technology. And then independent search for information into the internet. And greater need for ICT skill, Yeah, we know, like in Indonesia, mostly the educator, the teacher still a low skill how to teach, how to use, and how to training their student with the ICT skill. And then this is losing the one of being to be together, but actually this is in the physical we are not together, but actually we are building up our community into the virtual community. Like today we are meet in this wonderful meeting by using a virtual platform, by using Zoom, for example. So this is the revolution of education today's, our education into the 4.0. We do really hope our students right now, they are learner as connector, as creator, and as constructivist. So based on this, this is the concept today. This is the condition today we must do. So we are as educators, we must support and help our learner, our student into this condition. But we see that the condition right now, like in Indonesia, mostly the condition in Indonesia, we are in the blank spot. In the blank spot, no internet connection, no device, no smartphone. There is no technology in the rural area because 50% of area Indonesia in the blank spot. So we must need support for from our Ministry of Communication about the ICT infrastructure or internet connection. So this is the very important that we must think to do right now when we want to implementation the revolution of education. So based on the data, the phenomenon, the condition, the background, this is our menu I want to share today. The first one about Indonesia when learning is really remote. I will share to you my country condition. And then this is the edutainment, education and entertainment. And the last, designing and creating fun activities based on education and entertainment material. Let's have a look one by one. This is my country in Indonesia when the learning is really remote. Mostly we have so many problems and so many challenges when we to do this. We are practice physical distancing and the social distancing. Maybe this is like some another country in Asia. Mostly we are in this condition. Totally we are still in the blank spot. A blank spot and not support with the maximum internet connection. So this is because the level competence among teacher also this is relative low about the subject matter and the pedagogical knowledge. This is our challenge until today. We need support the student, the educator, the teacher, and the lecturer in the higher university about the technology, how to integrating the technology in our blended learning or in the hybrid learning environment. So let's have a look again the condition in my country about this crisis opportunity for education reform in Indonesia. That's why our ministry launching anomaly here, Freedom to Learn or Merdeka Belajar. So the concept of Merdeka Belajar or Freedom to Learn, this is how we are be able to treat the curriculum like a menu, we designing with the creativity or variety activities, variety technology or media in the classroom. Yeah, this is from our ministry. So also in our country, our ministry, this is have launching again about the key of attribute that need by every student to globally competitive. This is to support the student 21st century skill. They really have a mandate about the student will have knowledge, thinking skill, leadership, bilingual proficiency. So we support right now the student have bilingual language. Yeah, you know, in Indonesia, English is still a foreign language. So we do really hope the position of this English language will be not the foreign language anymore, but also will be going to the second language. Ethic and spirituality and national identity. So this is from our ministry, a policy to support the 21st century skill. So also this condition support into the our curriculum in the classroom. So we must manage our classroom with the smart teaching approach, like a student-centered learning approach. This is very important. We're designing our activities and our learning activities, our syllabus, our lesson plan related to the student condition. And also about right now in the 2020 one, yeah, will be end of the year right now. Actually, in the 2021, UNICEF, UNESCO, and World Bank had joining launching the mission recovery in education, and also Indonesia support this about all the children and youth are back in school. Yeah, we are totally right now in this semester, we are implementation, namely hybrid learning environment. In 1 week, 3 days at home and 3 days at school. And in the school, they are only 4 hours in the school, and then in another days they will be having their online classroom. A student receive effective remedial learning to help recover learning loss. Yeah, this is the challenge right now, because sometimes the student, they are still enjoy with the online, but we do really hope when they are come back to school in the physically, this is still doing the remedial of their material. So this is the challenge, and then Indonesia also in this condition mostly, yeah, we must be incorporate digital technology into our teaching. And Indonesia still low, and then we must until this month, in the end of the year 2021, we're still fighting to giving a training our educator. Yeah, even we know that this is the benefit of the technology. Actually, so many benefit where we are integrating the technology. That's why we need the support of infrastructure, ICT infrastructure in Indonesia. So some of these benefit of the technology, I think we all of us here understanding, yeah, this is about find and evaluate authentic web-based content. So many content, so many material that we can be integrating into our classroom by this technology. And use social media for professional development and basic ICT skill, like you can be use YouTube as your content material, and using support software to support critical thinking, the ability to use digital technology to effectively communication and information, and then we can be teach with the multimodal composing. Well, the hybrid learning, this is in Indonesia again. This is the right solution. The teacher, we hope they can be interact remote and in class. The students simultaneously when they are in the classroom and in online, the student have a reaction of or feedback in the real time. But yeah, this is also the challenge. Most of the students, when they are in the hybrid learning environment, they are still low in doing the feedback, even they are in the physical or in online learning environment. So yeah, we still doing this hybrid learning in Indonesia. Well, come back again about the intersection between pedagogy and the technology. This is about, yeah, this is about the pedagogy and the system change. The pedagogy, this is the way and the methodology we are in teaching. That's why we must be, we must change the way we are teaching, because our students, they are the young generation, and also we must be adapt with our new habit, new culture. This is the access of technology right now. Mostly the people in the world actually use a smartphone in their daily life activities. Yeah, 24 hours, or this is non-stop. So to do the innovative pedagogical practice, this is actually the intersection between the pedagogy and the technology. Yeah, about the pedagogy. Actually, in the pedagogy, this is covered with the 28. The most important that we must be mastery here if we wanted to do some innovation. Why we do innovation? Because we are going to be digital, and also we need to be cover with what is actually the student need, the student want. And then we understanding what is the student lack and how to increase and facilitate them to improve their competence by designing our excellent learning outcome. Let's have a look about the innovative pedagogical practice. If you are doing the innovation in your pedagogy, the way you are teaching, the methodology you are teaching, whatever your subject, maybe I'm teaching English or you are teaching mathematics, computer. I think this is the core of the foundation if you wanted to do to give the modern strategy in your learning and teaching process. The content and curricula, this is covered with this emotional intelligence, cross and transdisciplinary, open educational resource, and meaningful activities. This is the meaningful activities about how we are designing our activities based on the student-centered learning approach. Engaging assessment format, formative assessment and recognition of informal or non-formal learning. This is about the assessment. Sometimes we are in our learning and teaching process, we are integrating the technology, but we forget when we are doing the assessment, we are still doing the traditional media or traditional tool. So in the assessment, we can do the revolution or innovation. Like you can use Kahoot or you can use quizzes to manage your assessment. And then a learning practice, learning by exploring, by creating, by playing, having fun and enjoyable, self-regulate learning, personalized learning, and peer-to-peer collaboration. This is to support the student 21st-century skill, and also how we are facilitate the student to get their the higher order thinking skill, doing some of innovation, doing the collaboration, and then the creativity. And teaching practice, we do really hope the student can be increase their soft skill, individual strength, their patience, and multiple learning style. So we must be implementation this about a multiple learning style, because we understand the student, they are very unique, they have different learning style, they have the multiple intelligence style, and also we have responsibility to cover this student learning style, learning multiple intelligence by designing our activities in the classroom. Also, we manage and change the way we are teaching. Organization, monitoring quality or innovative timetables. Yeah, you can be maybe monitoring your quality in your learning and teaching process. Yeah, maybe you can use this is for monitoring your student, for example, by using Google Classroom. Only the example. So leadership and the value, innovation management, entrepreneurship, social inclusion and equity, connectedness. This is we need to be doing some of collaboration with the social networking, learning event, and networking with the real world. Yeah, right now we still in the COVID-19, so we just still doing our connection globally by using this technology. But after COVID, into the new normal condition, we cannot be into the real physical connection. So the infrastructure, again and again, we still need this support with ICT infrastructure. And also we have a physical space. So this is about education and entertainment together, or edutainment, or yeah, I am mixing with the fun activities, namely funtainment, fun activities, education and entertainment. This is we are collaborate, they are together in the classroom. And how education and entertainment can be together? Actually, the entertainment concept, this is about you are giving the pleasure or positive experience positive experience, and then you have use the entertain program. This will be to manage your student into the enjoyable, relaxing, ask them to be more engaging, interesting, and this is about how the audience or your student feel more happy, and they are learning with the enjoy in your classroom. So happy. So what is education? Entertainment. This is edutainment. When you are use the variety multimedia like artificial intelligence, you can use or implementation in your classroom, maybe games or gamification by using YouTube content based by film, and then by using a music or internet or website. Everything, your content, you can be managed by this education or edutainment concept strategy. So the outcome of edutainment, this is we do really hope this is will be the student and the teacher will happy in the classroom, and then the student can get their excellent achievement. Well, entertainment and education, I have explained more. This is the mapping of when you are wanted to implementation. Sometimes you can choose more than one the entertainment the entertainment model here. So education by entertainment concept, why this is a very important related to the learning theory. This is from educational computer games. Yeah, mostly this is about the theory of cognitivism, how we are get or construct our knowledge with the cognitive, with the thinking, affective with the feeling, and psychomotor learning by doing. So the next about the behavior and cognitivism, this is we believe that constructs a teacher, this is the place strong emphasis on the learner, they can be developing their personal through the reflection, and then they can be get namely deep learning. And the last, constructivism and connectivism, this is we are in this concept today, how the student, they can be manage their knowledge and construct their knowledge by themselves. They can be navigate their learning. So edutainment as the contribution for the future education, this is a very important, and then how we manage them into our learning and teaching process, because this is a very support with the Bloom taxonomy, how we are support the student to achieve the higher order thinking skill. Actually, the content, our material, this is provide the pedagogical knowledge and structure for the lesson, deep knowledge, lesson and material accurate and informative. So this is the concept of game-based learning. Actually, it will be engaged in the affective engagement, behavioral engagement, cognitive engagement, and social cultural engagement. So let's have a look about digital technology. This is the modern or the contemporary technology that you can be used to help your student to achieve the higher order thinking skill. But remember, this is not only about the, we are not only talking about the technology, always about the technology, but also how we are manage our activities that support the student into the higher order thinking skill. For example, here, let's have a look in the level 1. This is remember and understanding level of the Bloom taxonomy. If you ask your student, you do the action and you create your activities, you ask them to recite, to recall, to arrange, to draw, to memorizing, to tabulating, to recognizing, or to measure and to match. Actually, you do these activities, the action, you are still in the low order thinking skill. You're just asking them just for remembering and to understanding. Yeah, maybe you can choose one of the tools, for example here. But what should we do to support the student 21st-century skill into they cannot be the ways they are thinking to be have namely creative and to be innovative and doing the collaboration? We must this level in the level 4 extended thinking to be creative and innovative. You can ask them the activities you can do your action, your activities with. You ask them to designing, to do the connecting, to do the synthesis, to apply their concept, to do the critic. And this is for critical thinking, and then analyze and group. Yeah, this is actually covered with the higher order thinking. So we do really hope our educator, they cannot be designing their activities in this area. Not in this area, but we must control their knowledge into this condition. They must be designing, they must doing connection, they must doing collaboration, and then they must be have more creativity and innovation. Yeah, actually about the fine-tunement, this is I actually have article, and maybe you can be enjoy to read my article. This is have launching in the Philippines in the magazine Beyond Books. So the example of the platform, that also you can designing your activities, for example, by using virtual reality. This is just for example, EducoSpace. Or yeah, you can use this some of the tools that supporting the student from the lower order thinking skill into the higher order thinking skill. Yeah, for remembering, yeah, you can use like Google for understanding, yeah, by using Skyway, or by using Words or Google, applying by using SlideShare or PPT, analyzing by Pinterest, evaluating by Infogram or Edmodo, or into the creating, they can be create their demonstration into the video recording and then upload it to YouTube, maybe by using Prezi or by using TikTok. But this is come back again with your student condition, whatever your student condition, we must be facilitate them with this creating and doing some the innovation. Not only about by using virtual reality, but also this is support by using social media. This is some of the research that actually support use the social media in the classroom, like by using Facebook. Some of the research, they ask their students to post their homework, their question into the Facebook groups, Instagram, by Twitter, by Blogspot, and by YouTube. I sometimes use YouTube as the material, and also the student will post their project or their summary, their demonstration into the YouTube. They upload it into the YouTube. So another application, this is namely online informal learning. Yeah, even we are use Facebook. Sometimes some of the application, this is online informal. You cannot be get this application in the Google Play for mathematics. Maybe you can choose geometry application, and then you can ask your student to install this application, and they will be learned at their home by using this online informal learning. This is some of, based on my area, because I'm teaching English, I use this online informal language learning, like by using Facebook by using Rosetta Stone, Duolingo, and so many applications that we facilitate their students to give them to practice their language by themselves. Teaching in the 21st century skill, for the skill, if you wanted to support and facilitate your student into the communication skill, this is some application from the technology. You can choose one of collaboration, critical thinking, creative innovation, information literacy, media literacy, technology literacy, flexibility and adaptability, initiative and self-direction, social and cross-cultural skill, productivity, and leadership and responsibility. So we know there are so many technology, there are so many media, but we don't know what is the purpose of this media, what is the aims of this media. So this is the mapping, and then you cannot be manage your classroom, whatever your learning outcome. Let's come back again. What is the suitable technology? So the example of artificial intelligence that I have implementation in my classroom. There are three that actually the students very enjoy when they are practice their conversation, their speaking with their artificial intelligence friends, EVBot, Mitsuku, and the replica. So the next about designing and creating cloth material or Funtainment material. Everything our material will be uploaded into the cloud application. So let's have a look before we are designing, why we must designing our activities, our material, our content. Because this one, we need to be the student more understanding when they are doing. I do and I understand. Not about tell me and I will forget, show me and just for remember. And we do really hope they can be doing, and then they have more understand the material. And then why we must change the way we are teaching, because this is about if we teach your student, our student today's like as we talked yesterday, we rob them tomorrow. Let's have a look about the Generation C. This is our student not like us. They are very different. They are right now, they are very familiar with the technology because they are born digital. This is the Gen Z. This is our student condition. Totally, they are browsing social media platform, watching videos. Totally, they spend their day with watching online videos and online shopping. So we need to be, even they are familiar with the smartphone, familiar with the technology, but actually they still need our help. We need to be help them with about mobile learning, autonomy in learning, self-direct and self-determined in learning process. So that's why we do really hope all of the educator can be support the student with this condition, how you can motivate them to mobile their learning by themselves. They have autonomy in learning, because knowledge right now, learning right now, we are navigate. So the social media, it will be really dominate. That's why we must designing our material, creating and developing our material based on the student learning style, the student learning need, and also use ICT and the social media as the media as the tools in your learning and teaching process. Come back again, not only about the technology, we are integrating the technology, but also how we are support the 21st century skill in our learning and teaching process. You can analyze your student. If you are really integrating 21st century skill into your learning and teaching process, you can be identify your student in their academic, in their social, and their civic. Yeah, let's have a look. Sorry. Yeah, let's have a look about the student here in the academic, that we do really understanding in the academic. They will be have communication, mostly very clarity here. They can be focused and demonstrate the ability to solve problems using the higher order thinking skill. Also utilize technology. And in the social, they can doing some of collaboration. And then in the civic, actually they can be participate as a member of local, global, and digital society. Like today is actually we are integrating a 21st century skill in our life, because we are attending the seminar or international webinar like today. Well, the 5 Ks 21st century skill and behavior that the teacher or educator need to think. Learning is no longer a solo activities anymore. The teacher is no longer the only person in teaching. Learning is no longer passive. How we can manage and designing our classroom to ask the student to be more active in the classroom. Books are just the start, and teaching extend beyond in the classroom. So, this is the basic concept if you want to designing and creating your material based on the research and development concept of research and development methodology. This is need to think about sometime or maybe right now you designing your material based on what you're thinking, based on the educator knowledge background. But actually we do really hope we can be change the way we are teaching, the way we are designing our syllabus, our curriculum, our lesson plan, actually based on the student want, the student need. So we can be designing our activities in the classroom, our material in the classroom, and we can be collaborate the student. We can ask them. We can ask about their voice and their choice, and we must understanding about the student personal learning profile. What is our student learning style? And also for the next, we can be redesign the learning environment. And then this is actually, we do really hope the learner and the teacher together designing in the content or the material in the good way. I mean that here before you are entering the new semester, in the first week, for example, you can be asked your student what is actually they want, what is actually they need, and also you are together will be a co-designer together, and also you can be involve your student with their voice and their choice, what is actually they want. For example, maybe your student want, I like if the material by using film, I like by using of videos, I like by using game. You can be make a list and then discuss with your student. So after you get it, you can be designing your activities, your material. So let me show you about the research and development, R&D. Research and development, this is based on educational background like me. This is one of the theory from Bohr and Gall that say educational research and development, this is a process to use to develop and validate educational product. Yeah, this is the research-based development, and also this is help to increase the educational quality beside develop and validate educational output, R&D. So what is educational product? Educational product like you can designing your specific curricula, designing the new model of teaching, you designing educational media tools or technology, you designing the new textbook or a module, and also about the classroom arrangement like learning models, evaluation system, and management model. But in my experience, I am just helping right now to developing the new model of teaching by using Funtainment and also textbook, designing my textbook by using based on the student condition, the student want, the student need. So this is research and development consists of this the developing the product based on the finding. So maybe in my university, in my classroom, I have different finding with another university, even we are in the same province or we are in the same district. It will be come back with the what is our finding from our research. So also we can designing our teaching material or our educational product. So this is a research and development flowchart. Actually, there are 10 phases if you wanna designing and creating or developing your material by using this research and development methodology from Borg and Gao. The first one, you get your information and you can collecting your data, analyzing by using, for example, a questionnaire or interview, and then you planning your prototype and develop your preliminary form of product or your prototype. And also you are doing a preliminary field testing. You can do the test or experiment in the small group with 15 students. After that, you can revision your product or your prototype, maybe example, your textbook. You can ask again your student or your respondent here about what is actually the input or what is actually they wanna add in your material or your content. And then testing again, after that you revision, you get the testing in the one group, maybe for 20 or 25 students, and then revise again. This is for the second revise, and then you can do the testing experiment in your big classroom. Maybe this is for the big student members, and the final product revision this year will be your book and dissemination and implementation. You can dissemination in another university or in another country. Well, in the research and development, there is one of the instructional model, namely Assure. If you want to designing your material, developing your material, Assure model, this is developed by Hennig and Molenda, and then this is actually incorporated with Gagné and even instructional design. Assure, actually this is the acronym from Analyze Learner, State Objective, Select Method Media Material, Utilize Media Material, Require Learner Participation, and then the end of the semester, you can do evaluation and reflection. In the semester before, this is like a research and development, come back again with the flowchart. Why this is, we must identify and analyze your student learning style. This is the very important. And then you can be designing your learning outcome by state the objective, what is actually the skill of the concept that you wanna increase based on your student problem. For example, in my classroom, mostly the students have problem in the speaking skill. So that's why we ask them to do practice their speaking in every meeting. They must speak. All of the students must speak. Select method, media, and material. We select the material. This is based on the student voice and choice from the questionnaire or from the interview. And in semester before we utilize media material, we prepare the material, prepare the environment. Let's have a look and check about the internet connection and many more. And then we are also identify the device of the student. Like in my university, most of the students, they have a smartphone. So we will use the smartphone in the classroom. So provide the instruction and also require learner participation. This is one of a model of teaching that we can be implementation here. For example, by using project-based learning, they will be doing the discussion, then doing collaboration. And in the end of the semester, we can be revised to improve the student outcome, being the reflection. This is the example of the questionnaire from my student. Just only take for the highlight answer about, they are familiar by using a social media. All of WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they are familiar. So that's why we can be use one of these social media as our tools for example, for communication. Mostly the people in Indonesia are familiar by using WhatsApp. And then they more enjoy learning English by watching online movie or TV program. They can be select article, blog, or journal, use online dictionary, or they are familiar by online informal learning application. And also they believe by using a social media, they will be more engaged and then it will be increase their English competence. And then mostly they are very interesting by using a film, by using song, by using short story and the novel. So let's have a look. This is my fun assignment. This is based on my data, my research. When I developing my material, I use YouTube as my content material. I use a gamification by, for example, by using artificial intelligence, film, and song. Mostly the mostly the student, they are very strong, have a strong answer. They are have positive feedback about this fun assignment. And also I do really hope you can be use also this fun assignment or edutainment concept into your in your learning and teaching activities. Also the fun assignment, fun activities, education and entertainment actually have impact for the student for skill of 21st century skill in the communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creative. So let's have a look before I am sharing to you how we do the designing and developing our material. Let's have a look. This is the condition of the people in the world right now. I think until today, mostly the people in the world, they are familiar with this Facebook and doing the connection by using Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, maybe just a little bit by WeChat. And then the people in Indonesia, I don't know what about in Iraq right now, but the people in Indonesia mostly they are used YouTube to watching online. So mostly they are not connected with the television right now. So this is by YouTube, by WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook in Indonesia. Mostly the social media in Indonesia, video streaming by using YouTube and use a mobile application. Chat messenger, social networking, and entertainment and video application or by YouTube. This is very dominant in Indonesia. Online content activities, watching online videos in Indonesia, very high. And I believe my student also in this category. And then the potential audience that Google report by using YouTube in Indonesia, yeah, very high. 107 million the people in Indonesia watching on YouTube. So after we identify the global condition and also Indonesia condition, let's have a look how we are manage the data, this data, our finding into our to designing and creating our material. This is the example of the syllabus, the constructive theory we use. For example, this is a project-based learning approach, model of teaching, and then based on the Jane Piesa and John Dewey concept. And then in the activities, you can designing your activities related to the Gagné and even interactional design, and also it will be get the learning outcome based on the Bloom taxonomy into the higher order thinking skill. Let's have a look what should we do, how to connect it all of them into one of the concept or activities. This is the example, the activities like in the Piesa or project-based learning approach. This is divided into 3 phases. In the context, you can drive in the question, need to know about the student voice and choice. And then in Gagné, this is related to the pre-instructional phase. The example, you can introduce new topic, you can ask them what is actually they need to know, informing the learning outcome. And yeah, you know what is actually your student lack here. And also reconnecting virtues and new information. In the Bloom category, this is in the remembering and understanding, and you can choose one of digital tools like by using a Google in the per step. So after that, in the discover, after you are discuss your student about what they wanna need to know, introduce your new topic, and you ask them to do the discussion or to do the presentation and the performance or doing a debate. So what should you do in this phase? You can help your student to analyze the concept, the topic, or practice or doing some of a simulation. In the Bloom taxonomy, this is applying and analyzing. For example, you can choose one of digital tools here by using Padlet. For example, by using Padlet. And the last share conclusion, you ask them about this is about the feedback or assignment. This is in the last, you can be providing student feedback and ask your student to doing the prediction. In this phase, namely evaluating and creating, you can ask them to do some of creativity, doing some of demonstration. They can be demonstrate their knowledge based on your content, doing some novelty. And then one of the digital tools that you can be used here, for example, by using a TikTok or by using video recording. Let's have a look. This is the example of my student when we are doing the discussion by using a Padlet. This is the student. Yeah, we discussed about mathematics here. I'm teaching mathematics, English for mathematics. And then they are uploaded their simulation, their demonstration. They demonstrate their knowledge about English, mathematics. They record and upload it into the Padlet, or you can also ask them to upload it into the YouTube. And also, again, by using a film here, we use a film like you see here. I'm using Harry Potter film, or I'm using Mr. Bean a film. So this is the platform. If you wanted to designing your e-learning application, this is a little bit simple than LMS. Like Articulate Mobile, Lecturer Inspire, and Mobile Learning Android application. I think this is not free. You must buy this premium application. And this is the content of Lecturer Inspire. For example, you can upload it your video here, your video material. You do the interaction, you do the accessibilities, question. You can answer the question, and then this is some of the Peter here actually really help your student to be more doing or you designing your creativity in designing your material, developing your material. Yeah, this is a little bit simple, and then sometimes like actually I'm not use this because my student condition, they are not familiar with the Lectora Inspire, and also I'm not using this because yeah, you know, mostly the student in Indonesia, their device about their their capacity, their smartphone capacity not support with this Lectora Inspire. Maybe you can do this. You can be designing your material in this. So I think this is a very simple because no more using Google Classroom, no more using WhatsApp for communication to upload it, the material, everything available in this application. Another by Articulate Storyline. Yeah, this is also the content, and then this is not free, you must buy. So this is the example of my ebook, when I designing my product, educational product, my textbook, everything this is based on the student want, the student need. You can see here mostly by using film, by using song, film, novel, story, drama, because this is the student one. This is not me, my one. I want this material. No, this is because my student want. They want the material by using film, by using song. So I am designing the material, and also this is the product of our product. So let's have a look at the example. Yeah, the project-based learning, ganyan and even interactional design, and then Bloom taxonomy. I break down into the 5 phase, no 9 phase anymore. Yeah, let's have a look. This is, for example, one of the film. The film. This is the film. This is the material. So the phase I break down into warm up, presenting, practice, production, and evaluation. This is also the model of teaching. I developing the model of teaching, and then this is really help your student to achieve the higher order thinking skill. For example, in the warm up, you can ask your student while they are watching this film, this is your content, your material. Like if you are teaching mathematics or using teaching statistics, you can play the film related to your material, your content, because this is the material. For example, the content about the technology, so we play the movie based on the technology concept. And then in the presenting, you can ask your student to do brainstorming by using MindMaster application. They will be analyze the concept related to robot, computer, and the technology concept based on this film. And in the practice, you can ask your student to construct their new content based on the movie. They will be doing a summary or doing a critique or doing argumentation about the material or the content. They will must analyze. And in the production, the student will be try to demonstrate their knowledge by using KineMaster or TikTok or video recording. And the last, the student will answer the question based on the material given. Yeah, this is the same. You can adopt this the lesson, the activities. Just pay attention about the material like this. Still from a YouTube content base. The different content because a different material. So film again. Yeah, so many here. You just doing the creativity into this your activities here. Yeah, by using picture, some of the student the material. This is we break down into the from the film into the picture. This is the assignment related to the film. The film is based on this. If you see this film. Yeah, this is the film, and then we do the assignment based on the film. And then my classroom, when I use the film, yeah, this is my classroom condition. They are use their smartphone. They have smartphone, so I ask them to use their smartphone into the classroom. Yeah. They are totally engaged. They are very motivated and interesting by using a song. This is the example by using song. Why use song? Because most of the students, they wanna by using song. This is the song we play the song, namely here lyric training. They listening the song and then fill the blank here based on what is the song, or normally here they must be complete the lyric of the song. And because the song, this is talking about the weather, so this is the activities related to the song also. So yeah, this is the student when they are doing collaboration, they are in group, they are discussed, and when I implementation artificial intelligence, yeah, they are doing their conversation. So what about if the student don't have internet connection? Nothing can stop education. So we can use this, yeah, maybe this is traditional model, but I think this is still very effective for the blank spot area. If the student don't have internet connection, don't have a device, laptop or smartphone. Yeah, this is when I doing collaboration with my student, and then by using local wisdom media or tool. This is namely Sarong, and I don't know in Iran. This is developed by my friend. This is my friend from mathematics department, and use this Sarong as a media for counting. The student do these activities in the classroom. Yeah. When we lose internet connection, we come back with these conventional games. But right now we have namely gamification. So what about the makes our teaching more fun? Yeah, absolutely. We must be integrating so many tools, and also we do doing the creativity in our learning and teaching process. So in the process of our learning and teaching, even we are in the virtual, we must doing interaction with the student. And then the output, really, we do hope the student increase their 21st century skill. So my conclusion, there is no single approach is effective to all. One should consider is the available technology. What is your student condition? Maybe my student condition different with the Iraq student condition, this Iraq student want, the student need, and the student lack. So effective integration of information communication technology in the teaching and learning process is not about the latest and the advance of technology, but come back again with your pedagogy, the way you are designing and developing your material, your teaching activities. So technology will not replace the teacher, but the teacher who use technology will be probably replaced than who don't use the technology. So we use technology to make our learning teaching process to be more practical, effective, efficient, to be more easy, to be interactive, and to be interesting. So thank you for having me and listening to me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, assistant
I hope
prof.
you enjoy.
Yeah, Dr. Mathenia. Yeah, it takes a long time,
Oh,
but
sorry.
yeah, it was really interesting for me. Of course, I'm pretty sure everyone like it and love it, that webinar, because
Thank
there's a
you.
lot of things in that webinar. We are really proud of you that you are here today to present
Thank you so
this
much.
interesting webinar. I don't know what I have to say, just I say thank you so much. Now we're
Welcome.
gonna open the doors for the audience who has a
Yeah,
question. Please, if you have any question for
yeah. Madam Sagu
Officer
Ali.
Muthanya, yeah, you can ask her directly.
Yeah,
If you do have, yes, yes, uh, Shagol, yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yes, you can,
Yeah.
yes.
hi, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much for this great opportunity and this wonderful webinar. And actually, it was very interesting. And I was attending before previously 6 months about pedagogy course, and I
Yeah,
finished already. But as much as you are digging in this kind of field and this course, it will be more. You discover more details about how you teach, how you approach a new model, and actually. There are a few slides that I just, after your permission, I just print screen
yeah,
them. But later, I want, if it's possible, to give us the whole slides to revise it again and again because I'm interested in this topic and I want to pass it to my colleagues as well who couldn't
inshallah.
meet this webinar, if it's possible. Thank you so much.
Inshallah, inshallah, ma'am.
Yes, Ms. Shagol, also, I was thinking to tell Dr. Mathenia, please send us these important slides. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
share
yeah,
to our audience because most of them they couldn't come today because we
yeah, yeah,
postponed it 2 times and
yeah,
they
yeah.
so busy.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's why we need these slides. Okay, for the
Okay.
future. Yeah.
Okay,
Any?
for
Yeah.
the slide, I'm sorry, for the slide, I will share to your WhatsApp and you can give to all of the participants who need. Is okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much. Thank you so
Inshallah.
much. Yeah. Any other who has a questions? Please, you can raise your hand. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, Dr. Muthenia is here. You can directly ask your questions.
Maybe a little bit about the fun-tinement. Yeah,
Yeah,
when I implementation the fun-tinement, the student always waiting. What is
yeah.
the next week again? For example, in the first meeting, I give them online informal language learning like Duolingo or Daily Learn English. They are used. They are construct their sentence of that. They're listening the sentence and then rearrange the sentence by themselves by using their phone in the classroom. So the next meeting, I ask them to watching a movies or film by using a YouTube. Share the link. This is for the second semester. So the third semester, the second week. So the third week, I give them a song. The fourth week, I give them artificial intelligence, and then the week, the fifth week, I give them a virtual reality, and then come back again by using a film, come back again by using a games, and every week this is we give them surprising, so they cannot predicting, oh, next week we will use a game, but they don't know what is the game. But actually all of our activities, my activities, I write on the syllabus and the lesson plan, and then actually we have deal with the student about they wanna buy film, they wanna buy song, they wanna buy game, they wanna buy picture, they wanna buy artificial intelligence or by virtual reality. I think this is game based. So all of the material, this is based on day one. So every week we give them surprising. So this is the variety activities. They always waiting. What about the next week? What should we prepare? I'm just saying, prepare your smartphone and your quota. So we'll be playing in the classroom. I think you can adapt these learning strategies in your classroom. So you must remember about you must give them the way to make them to be more active in the classroom, because if they are not active, they will be doing another activity. So that's why we give them so many activities that they will be more attractive in the classroom, but they are actually learning. So just giving them the instruction. For example, today's I wanna you are speak about your experience about your experience in the airport. So they answer, ma'am, we never go to in the airport because my place in the airport, this is very very long time. So we give them the virtual reality about the airport. So they have described about the airport, they have imagined about the airport. After that, they must be demonstrate their opinion about the airport by using video recording, and then they upload it into the YouTube. So this is we do every week. Every week they must be speak in the in the class. I mean here in the virtual technology application by using KineMaster, by using MindMaster. They must be generate their knowledge and mapping, doing some of the mapping. So I hope you can adopt this, but come back again related to your material. Maybe you are teaching statistics, you are teaching geometry. I think so many applications related to this material, this subject available on the Google Play. You must searching and finding some of the tools you can manage, and then you can be designing your activities by using these tools of the application. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. While you discussed about this issue or this thing is, I was thinking about to open the new course for the pedagogy and how to teach the class, how to manage the class. In the future, we're gonna do together, inshallah. In the new year to
for the next semester. So just remember about the research and development, the basic foundation of R&D or research and development. This is based on the student need, the finding, not from the teacher, not from the educator. Sometimes we do this, we manage our classroom based on what is the educator want, because I am interested with this topic, maybe I will manage. No, this is come back again with your student. What is actually
that is important. That's important. Dr. Mathenia, always teachers should think about what the student needs. How we can tell them or something that the student interesting and they stay on the class and they love it to be the next class coming soon and so on. That's why we have to think about what the student needs in this day, not in the last 10 years ago, and whatever we want. Okay, we always you have to think about the students' interaction. Yeah, that's right. Okay, we're gonna see you soon, inshallah, in the
Oh, thank you so much.
next webinar or course. Again and again, thank you so much for your time, for your speech about the designation for the new generation Z. We're
Yeah.
gonna see you soon, Dr. Muthania. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for everyone who participated today. Sorry about for postpone 2 times
Yeah.
because we had some
Yeah.
problem again and
I
again.
lost my
See you
Wi-Fi
soon.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, I was happy
awesome.
for postponing this, Dr. Momsaja.
Yeah,
Because
most welcome.
I couldn't have to, we didn't have electricity at that time, and
Yes.
today I was lucky because we have electricity now
Yeah.
to join. Yeah,
Thank you
so
so much.
I'm happy that you postponed it 2 times. So
Thank you
so I
so
could
much,
attend.
Ms. Sharia.
Yeah.
We're gonna see you. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. See you next week.
See you. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum from
Goodbye.
Indonesia.
Assalamu alaikum.